let's do this thing. We'll fly through the first is recap. No, actually, it's actually pretty long. But we will fly through the recap and get right on into the fun stuff.
No, Jojo,
So,
you've said it now. Recap. Go.
last time, the party split up to explore the house of Heather and Ash with Sir Brienne. Arwen and Stix raced upstairs while Klari and Sir Brienne searched downstairs. Arwen and Stix found a hidden passage to a secret attic room. Finding several journals documenting the comings and goings of the residents of their house, as well as detailed notes in another set of handwriting about their combat abilities. And an enchanted mirror decorated with fiendish imagery. Unfortunately, they triggered a magical trap, setting off a delayed blast fireball, which destroyed the roof and damaged the house. Meanwhile, Klari and Sir Brienne discovered an illusion covering the pathway to the cellar. In the cellar, there were several bodies drained of blood, as well as a guard weak and injured. They too triggered a magical trap, further destabilizing the building and causing it to start collapse. They were able to free the prisoner, bringing him to safety as they escaped the building. After debriefing with Brienne, the party prepared to leave the following day. They asked Regis to send them via teleportation circle. Picking one of the circles he knew in the past, the party was teleported to a disused chamber in Blackspire's Blackspire, which has now become a church used by the Blackspire priests to worship an emerald dragon known as the Great One. They did encounter one of the priests who became agitated, demanding they leave, which they did, and travelled to the city proper. They decided to visit a large Blackspire church in the city, and along the way made friends with Cassandra, a strange and confusing herbalist who sold a variety of potions and used them to prank her stuffy art collector neighbor. She gave them directions to the church. And this is where we pick things up as you continue to cross the city, occasionally stopping to get directions if you lose your bearings or lose sight of this large church. And as you cross the city, the sky begins to darken, grey clouds roll in, and heavy drops of rain begin to fall, pittering, pattering across the streets and tiled rooftops. People start to pull up hoods and cover their heads as it slowly increases from a gentle rain to a steady downpour. People begin to rush through the streets as the water begins to run down the drains out of the alleys and off the rooftops. Eventually, you make it rather wet to the church itself. A very large, grand Gothic church. The roof held up by many pointed archways and vaulted ceilings. Tracery and lancet stained glass windows adorn the outside. And the flying buttresses and pointed towers are topped with draconic gargoyles. With the heavy rain, you can hear the gargoyles funneling the water off the rooftops with their familiar gurgling sound. Thank you. Beautiful. As you approach, you can hear the sound of singing coming from inside. The first verse is in common, alternating with a verse in Draconic. The Draconic, for those of you that speak it, is sung very badly, it seems.
Oh. Like badly as in they're pronouncing the words wrong, or badly as in they are tone deaf?
Badly as in they are pronouncing the words wrong.
Can I go and correct them?
The performance itself is actually quite good. Despite the words being pronounced wrong.
I want to go tell them they're doing it bad.
Yeah, as you finally reach the church, seems the last of the verses comes to an end, and you can hear a small voice speaking inside, the echoey sound and the thick walls making it impossible to tell exactly what's being said. You make your way towards the doors, opening them up. There's a bit of a sort of a clatter as the heavy door swings open. Several people turn to look in your direction, and standing at the back of this room, you can see a very traditional roof held up by tall columns, an aisle down the center, and pews off to the side. And at the far end stands a figure behind a little lectern, just giving a final speech, final sort of closing remarks to this morning ceremony. And as the ceremony comes to an end, the congregation all stands to their feet, and two small halflings begin to make their way up either side of the central aisle. And you can see that money is being passed down and collected. Little collection plates are going around. There's a little bit of an awkward moment as one of the men on the end of the row is sort of patting his pockets and sort of panicked and sort of looking around, and eventually pulls out what looks like a single very old bronze coin, dropping it in. Several of the people around give him somewhat disapproving looks before the collection plate bearer moves on.
Does it move on to us?
No, you are standing in the center, unless you wish. I mean, you can step forward and donate if you'd wish. But no,
Not donating.
Standing in the entrance, they just sort of reach the end of the aisle and circle around the outside, disappearing off. And then with, sort of a final remark, this halfling stood at the altar. This is, may the dragon's light guide your way all. And, there is sort of a call and response from the congregation itself before people begin to file out.
Can we go up to the person that was doing the ceremony thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you sort of, dodge out of the way of the crowd and make your way around as they're all going up the aisle, going down the side, and you can see that they've hopped down now. As you get to like a side angle, you can see that this halfling was stood on a little stool behind the lectern, and they've hopped down and they're in conversation with one of the other priests there. So it's like a sort of youngish lad, maybe in his sort of early 20s, late teens, something like that. And he's sort of standing, listening diligently as she speaks to him. Looking up as the four of you make your way down, she looks in your direction and says, "Greetings, travellers. I take it. What brings you to our delightful church?"
Do you teach these people how to sing that song?
Yes. I mean, we follow the hymns that are written down in the hymn books.
Can I ask her to recite one of the lines of the draconic lines?
Mm-hmm. Yes, she recites it flawlessly.
Oh, okay, fair enough. You need to teach them better. They're pronouncing things wrong.
I know, it's very embarrassing. The way but what can you do? Some people just cannot be taught. But that is what the Great One gives us. He gives us the ability to forgive.
Forgive bad pronunciation of his mother tongue.
Indeed, this is not the greatest crime, and one must not look down upon those as if for what they lack. One must try and raise them up. We do our best to teach them, but sometimes that is not always possible. And if the price of that is some mispronounced words, then so be it.
Have you met the Great One?
No. I reside here looking after the congregation. In time, maybe I will be able to return to his side and serve him once more, but for the time being, I serve him here.
Turn?
So you have met him before. You just don't now. You don't currently meet him regularly.
I reside here, serving this church and the people here, doing what I can for the Great One, much as I would desire to be with the others in the temple outside the city.
Is the temple outside the city that big one over there that we came from?
The big Blackspire thing.
No, the Blackspire itself is the residence of the Great One. It is something of a mystery. People do not understand how it came to be such a marvel of rock or stone, and the seat of the Great One's residence and power, where he resides. We are blessed by his presence that he resides so close to us, and the small temple is for close personal ceremonies.
Like ritual sacrifice?
Heavens above, no.
No.
No,
So it's not a cult.
We are nothing like that. We do not. No one is forced to do anything. No one is sacrificed. Everyone takes up their worship to the Great One for their own free will. We do not shun the other gods here. Worship is allowed to flow, and people can partake into whatever they wish.
Have you heard ever of there being an amethyst dragon somewhere here?
No, I haven't. I've never seen. The only dragons I have seen in my life have been the Great One, and now your delightful companion. I would advise you to keep him close. The Great One. He is small and would not be considered a threat, but were he to grow much larger, the Great One may not take a disliking to his presence, seeing it as a threat or a challenge.
So, right, he doesn't have grow or shrink. Is that the spell? I can't remember.
Enlarge, reduce.
That's the one.
Grow,
shrink, enlarge, reduce, same thing.
Pretty much, yeah.
Can I copy your homework? Yeah, just change a few words up.
My boy is no threat.
Today,
anyway.
Sidebar. So we're here to ask someone here if we can meet with the Great One, right?
Mm-hmm.
Find out information.
Well, it's evident she's not allowed to see him, so I don't think she can help much.
Yeah. I'll ask, is anyone around here within this place of worship allowed to see the Great One? Does anyone go regularly to see the Great One? We're new here and we'd like to.
The Great One chooses his followers in his own time. Why don't I introduce you to one of our newest acolytes who can tell you more about the situation? And she clicks her fingers sort of quite sternly and says, "Octavius?" And you see the youngish lad she was talking to earlier sort of hops to and comes over. Why don't you enlighten these fine folks about how things happen around here? I will monitor the situation. And she sort of takes a few steps back, and this sort of young lad looks a little bit awkward if she sort of, disappears off just into the background. Like, hi, you right? Yeah. Hi.
You're right.
What do you want to know?
We want to know who. We're new around here, but we're. How do you put it? How would someone put it? We come from afar, and we've heard something about the Great One, and we'd like to discuss with him about it. We'd like a conversation with the Great One, and we'd like to know how that might be had.
Well, those who prove themselves, loyal in their worship are sometimes called up from time to time to go to the Spire's temple, whereupon they can give offerings from time to time. Those sort of inducted, the various lords and ladies of the city, do attend more personal or private ceremonies there, where they can give offerings directly to the Great One and try to curry his favors. Yes, my name is Octavius. My father is Lord Benedictus. He is one of the, these likewise blessed, who is when these meetings are arranged, is blessed with the permission to go and be within his presence, where they can appeal to the Great One, and they can call upon his blessings to help guide his aid to the city.
So your dad has power.
Yes, my dad is my father is Lord Benedictus. Yes.
Okay, right. I want to talk to your dad.
Indeed.
Oh well, yes, they live, in one of the central districts, just to the northeast of here. If you would.
Excellent. Let's go. I suppose.
Let's
Wait,
go.
can we get like this guy give us like a house number? Stuff.
Well, yes. Though generally those visits are only for the certified and various other things. While he's speaking, you hear the doors to the church sort of swing open once more, and another halfling enters. You see the first priest. She sort of steps away and wanders over, and they sort of put their heads together, and the new arrival whispers in her ear. She sort of turns around and says, "It would seem you are in luck. His lordship, allow me to introduce companion to his, or aide to his lordship, Lothar Sarix. This is Klek. Klek is here because his lordship has requested a meeting with you all."
Oh, I didn't know we were here.
His lordship is in Octavius's dad, or the big dragon man?
Duke Lothar Sarix is lord of the city.
Oh, the lord. The big
Okay.
lord.
Yes, apparently he has learned of your presence within the city and would like to all.
Okay, come on then. Let's go.
Good. On we march.
Yeah, so this halfling comes up to you all, and you see he's short. He's a halfling. Has sort of
What?
dark brown hair, fairly sort of plain attire. Looks a little bit sort of almost like it doesn't quite sort of fit him, or as if it was sort of too big and has been taken in, but not quite well enough, or something like that. But he looks, smart. There's a little bit of nice sort of gold trim and things, as you would expect from a servant of a duke of the city. And he greets you all. It's like, "Good day. His lordship has requested your presence post haste. If you will all come with me."
Okay.
Hey.
Let's go.
Okay. Yeah, and he begins to escort you away, leading you through the various streets and things. As you move through the various streets, you realize the sun has, the rain has stopped and people have started to sort of fill out the streets again. Vendors are sort of hawking their wares. People are going to taverns and things like that for lunchtime meals. But as you move through the little knots and crowds, people seem to move out of the way of your group. Certainly, Kleck keeps up quite a pace at the front. So you're having to walk quite briskly to keep up. And as he sort of moves through, people seem to sort of take note and give him a fair berth.
Us or him?
Well, it seems like they are reacting to his presence.
Nothing.
Okay. Interesting.
In reasonably short order, you arrive at the Ducal Manor. There's an exceptionally large, 3-storied red brick building with white bricks around the windows and at the corners. A balcony over the door, supported by white columns and a grey slate roof. The manor itself is in a U-shape with a courtyard and a fountain with an emerald green dragon. Large gardens surrounded by similarly red brick walled, topped with white capstones, encircle the premises.
Let's see.
As you are escorted inside, guards on the gate stand by as Clack escorts you in. Seems to be hurrying along, even though you are moving quite briskly now. He's sort of, hurry up, come on, do not keep his lordship waiting. And as you enter the premises, you can see this inner courtyard and this large emerald stone statue. But swiftly leading you up a set of stairs, down a corridor, he knocks briskly on a set of large double doors before pushing them open and entering inside. Inside is a large audience chamber. Even with the sort of the warmth of the day, a large fire crackles. You can see several more halflings, well armed and armored, are stood around the walls. And at one end of the room, in an incredibly wide, a well-constructed chair, is an enormously fat man, probably in his late 40s, still with sort of thick blonde hair, but no beard or moustache or anything like that, as he sort of lounges back on this chair, his many chins collecting. At his side, another halfling stands holding up a plate from which he keeps just grabbing handfuls of food to eat from. Along and around the various walls, you can see there are numerous portraits sometimes of individuals, sometimes of a group of 3, a man, a woman, and a son. And you can see that all the men, this presumably lordly line, bear this striking resemblance to each other.
Roll twins. 40 brothers. Comes from me.
Oh, clone. Dun, dun,
There
dun.
are numerous paintings, maybe sort of 7 or 8 sets of paintings, and in each successive one, there is a new duke is drawn or is painted, but there is a very strong resemblance to the following.
Oh, their sons.
The sons and
I
fathers and the
still think they're
grandfathers.
clones. It's like calling it a sheep.
They could be clones. That'd be interesting.
But as you enter, this rather sort of bored individual seems to come to life. He's like, welcome. The fabled heroes have arrived in my fair city.
Hi.
Hello.
I am intrigued and delighted by your presence here.
Cool.
Allow me to introduce myself. And he sort of takes one hand and lays it across his enormous stomach and sort of inclines his head as if in a somewhat of a bow. Says, I am Lord Lothar Serac. My family has been in charge of this city for several generations. He sort of gestures around the wall. To what do I owe the pleasure of the company of Aegis?
Why did you want to see us?
Well, such heroes of great renown. I've heard from my friends on the council about your exploits, and having heard about your arrival in the city, I was delighted about what I could do to aid you, whatever your endeavors are.
Who are your friends on the council?
Oh, I have many friends in many places.
Ooh. Yes.
We are here to perchance have a meeting with the Great One. We would like to discuss that there are matters of great import to discuss with him. And yeah, I'd like to talk to him.
You wish to speak with the Great One? What on earth about? Are you looking to offer aid or sacrifice to him?
I knew there was sacrifice.
Sacrifice of wealth, I dear. Well, he is a dragon after all.
Well, we would like to discuss with him, foreign affairs. We've traveled far and wide. We'd like to discuss with him the affairs of the world. There is an undead army attacking.
Oh, yes, quite
Elf
dreadful.
forest things, after all. Possibly
Although
going to come here.
we here are grateful to the Great One. He protects us in our city, and we feel safe in these troubling times.
I am sure you do, and we would like to discuss perhaps either greater protection and or how he can help us. So, he help us, we help him sort of scenario. I'd like to just generally have a bit of a chat about foreign affairs with this individual, if you wouldn't mind trying to arrange something like that for us. That would be most
You
beneficial.
say foreign affairs, you representing an individual? I can put your petition to the Great One, but without more details, I think you will find it rather, uninteresting.
We represent the council. We come on behalf of Lady Genevieve and other members of the council who have asked us to do what we can to help in this grave matter of war. And we've been searching far and wide. We've even gone to the Feywild for aid and things like that. And we thought, well, we come here, try and get your help. Knowing the Great One's evident power and everything, we thought, well, maybe this could be of great benefit. Yeah, benefit to
Mutual benefit.
Yeah, mutual benefit to the realm at
Mutual
large.
benefit. This sort of flattery and this offer of mutual benefit. Lord Serex smiles very widely. Well, in that case, what on earth, what do you have to offer the Great One to tempt him? It seems you wish him to take on a far greater responsibility of protection.
Well, this is for us to discuss with him. It would be a negotiation.
Well,
See what he'd like.
Which,
Yeah.
I count myself blessed to be one of the closest and have his ear at frequent opportunities, but I may even say that I myself know him best. And then he gives a sort of little chuckle to himself. But without sufficient information, I cannot guarantee an audience, is all.
I have a question.
For me or for him?
For you.
Okay.
Can I insight check this dude?
Because I think he's a dragon.
Yeah, I think.
Or he's pretending to be the dragon.
Yeah, I think either. No, I don't want like an inside check to see if he's a dragon, but see if there's maybe anything. Because I think that would certainly sort of stand out to Stix as something that's a bit odd, and this guy's sort of boasting about that. And if there's anything behind that sort of phrase of like, "Oh, I know him best," sort of thing, if that's just meager boasting, or if there's maybe a little bit of like sneaky, I could be a dragon, or I could be this, or I could be that.
Yeah, go for
Can
it. Roll an insight check.
Can I help?
Not on an insight check, as this is sort of an internal idea, but you can make your own.
Okay.
Larry, do you want to make one? Because you got plus 12. Yeah.
I know nothing.
I got a 16 for Klari. Got a 22. Good job, babe. Obviously, not expecting like big reveal. Yeah, he's a dragon, but like, is there anything potentially behind that, or was it just general boasting?
So, you get the sense that he's being genuine when he's with him, when he says that he believes he knows him best. He genuinely believes that.
Right.
It doesn't seem like a boast.
Right. So it's not like when you have like the CEO of a company and someone's really trying to brown nose by being like, oh, I know him, but like to everyone else outside of the CEO, he's like, oh, I'm basically his brother. I know him best. I'm basically his right hand man, sort of thing. It's not like that kind of boasting or something like that. It's genuinely, it was a genuine sort of comment.
You don't know whether or not it's boastful. It's just what he genuinely believes, is what you
Right.
get.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Well,
without
yeah.
any sort of additional context, it would be hard for you to know whether or not he was being boastful.
Yeah.
But he genuinely believes what he's saying.
So in that case, I'm going to say
Zone of truth in.
I did prepare Zone of Truth.
Yeah, you did.
I don't want to suddenly start casting spells on anyone around here. That's one way to get kicked out of a city or put in jail in a very new place.
No.
So I think I'm going to. Well, I'll just say okay. So yeah, as I say, do you think you could hook us up with a meeting? Of course, if you were able to hook us up with a meeting, there would certainly be rewards coming your way. After all, someone who has aided the realm so generously and so diligently.
That is very kind of you. I will gracefully accept, but I will do what I can. I can't remember what I said last session, but I did. There said something along the lines of there is a meeting in 3 days.
2 days. 3 days.
3 days. There is another gathering of the loyal few in a few days. I will see if I can gather his ear before then and make this petition on your behalf.
Yes, that would be fantastic. We don't want to take up the time of everyone doing we don't want to take up the time of everyone's offering. We feel I certainly feel that would be a little bit like you guys are going there to offer him stuff, and then we go in there as outsiders, potentially offering him something, potentially offering him whatever. If at all possible, if it could be a private meeting where we could have a proper discussion with him. I don't want to take up other people's time and efforts and worry them about situations that are going
There
on.
may be time before the ceremony, or maybe after. It will depend on his mood. But I will put your proposal to him.
I have a question.
Yes?
Do you have a picture of him?
Well, the statue in my courtyard is a representation of his emerald magnificence, but it does not truly do his visage justice in person.
What is the definition of familiar?
Explain your idea, and then
I believe we would have need to have met him.
I want to try and locate creature.
what is the stipulation on locate creature?
Describe or name a creature that is familiar to you.
I mean, he has been described to us, and
And I've got a whole statue in front of me of what he looks like.
yeah, whole statue. And Sadio literally said, "Go get this guy," or "Go get this guy from this other guy." Yeah,
Like I don't think I could locate the amethyst dragon
no,
because as much as I'd like to, but I don't.
Spell can locate a creature specific or known to you or the nearest creature of that kind, such as human or unicorn, as long as you have seen a creature up close within 30 feet at least once. If the creature you describe or name is in a different form, such as being under the effect of a polymorph spell, the spell doesn't have any effect. The spell can can't locate a creature if running water at least 10 feet wide blocks a direct path between you and the creature. So describe or name a creature.
If he wasn't in this form, we wouldn't be able to detect him.
If he wasn't in another form, he wouldn't show up. If he was more than 1,000 feet away, he wouldn't show up. And
How far away is the Blackspire tower?
more than 1,000 feet.
I was going to say if 30 feet is 10 meters.
So it's about 1,000 feet is about 300, 350 meters, and this thing is over a mile away. But it says describe or name. So if you can name someone by a name that they're known as, I guess, and well known, he is well known as the Great One. You know, if you said the Emerald Dragon, the Great One, then what are the components of that spell?
Everything.
Verbal, somatic, and material.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't do it in his house. I'd probably stand outside.
Okay.
It's like what I'm thinking is if he is the Great One, someone like his little minion man probably calls him the Great One as well. Because he knows. He can't be, if he is the Great One, he's not the only one that knows he's the Great One.
Yeah.
He seems a bit boastful.
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
So I am possibly going to, whenever is most convenient, I will go outside and cast it. But I'll wait till we're done.
We had Piper here to be fucking over and done with. Fuck.
Well, I'm not a bad.
Just modify memory. Everyone's favorite spell. Yeah. I only said that because I had an idea and I remembered who I was playing. So I was gonna say your primeval awareness doesn't tell you how many creatures of a specific type. No.
It's not actually not that good. It's quite annoying.
Moonbeam gives shapeshifters disadvantage on the save. So if I cast Moonbeam on
See, I think he shifts into a like he's pretending to be a dragon. I don't think he actually is a dragon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think
he's just a fat, rich old man who wants to be a dragon.
I think the opposite, personally.
Oh.
I understand where you're coming from, and I did think the same thing. Actually, now I think he is a dragon who is pretending to be this guy, and he's like,
one of us is on the right tracks because I'm looking at JJ's face.
and he's being so personally I think he is a dragon and the only reason everyone only sees him during that meeting is because that's when he goes. That's when he physically goes there and does that. And were we aware this Lord Cyrax or Cyrax, whatever, he goes to this meeting as well?
Is the impression
Like
you
the-
get.
We might be wrong then, because if he's there, how is he also receiving?
He might shapeshift his little friend.
Maybe. Or, alternate theory, this guy's the amethyst dragon.
Oh no, no, no! I refuse. I want a refund if he
The
is.
information Arwen had was that the amethyst dragon was imprisoned and needed rescue.
Oh, in prison! Oh God! Oh.
I
Well,
knew he was.
And
I
in,
guess
in
he
their
was in prison.
imprisonment, they had started to reach out through various magical means, one of which had begun the process of reaching across planes to their echoes, which is what alerted them to what alerted their presence to Sardior. And having started this journey, Sardior's goal is to guide gem dragons to combine their various echoes together and attain the enlightened form that he has. And so this one has started the process, become aware, and so he tasked Arwen with freeing
going to help.
Right.
So you know that the gem one the amethyst one is imprisoned somewhere.
Right. I thought it was. There's an amethyst dragon somewhere here that needs your help, and I was guessing that he was imprisoned by the other dragon. So okay, I'm glad that's been cleared up. Okay, amethyst dragon in prison. If I had to take a guess as to where he would be imprisoned, it's obviously in that big black spire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or under it. So we still need to get there. We think this guy is a. We think this guy is a thing. Does anyone have anything? Oh, you have legend lore. Could you just legend lore some stuff about this dragon so that we could know everything about it? Yeah. Could you do it about this guy in front of us? Yeah, you can only do one thing a day. Well, which do we think would be good to know about, all about first, the dragon or this lord?
I think the dragon, because then we'll know when it kind of started being here, or when it,
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, with all of that going on in the background, this conversation happened before
This is a conversation in Arwen and Klari's heads.
Yes. There we go.
Through the messengering. It's like, yes, well, I will put your offer to the Great One and see if he is amenable to a meeting at the ceremony 3 days hence, and I shall have Kleck or someone come along and find you. Do you have lodgings within the city yet?
No.
No, we don't. Unfortunately.
No matter. Someone will find you. If you would send word, perhaps it might be easier, but someone will track you down. No bother. Kleck is very proficient. Kleck just gives a stiff bow in your direction. And so as he finishes his sentence, the Duke is wearing this sort of large gold chain, this sort of mayoral chain around his neck, with a gem in the middle sat. It's very long chain, so it's sat sort of low, just on the top of his belly. But as he's sort of speaking, the gem seems to glow with a soft light, and he's sort of cheerful smile seems to waver on his face for a second. He like, looks down. He's like, "If you will excuse me, I have another matter to attend to."
What colour's the gem?
The gem is sort of a bluish color.
That's not emerald.
Could
I've
I?
been listening to.
Oh wait.
When it's sort of make a perception check for me with disadvantage
Hmm.
because it's quite a quick sort of flash.
What? Wait, did you say with disadvantage?
Yeah, because it was a very quick momentary flash.
Ew.
No. The gem seemed to light up from within, and there's now sort of dark has gone darker back to this dark blue color. You're not sure really. When there's like the clouds sort of drift over the sun again, and it gets a bit darker. It almost looks like it's almost black as the light in the room dims a little bit.
As you said he turns, right? Could I try and cast detect magic?
You can try if you want. To remind you of the layout of the room, the Duke is there in front of you. He's just sort of looked down at this thing on his belly. There is a servant to his side holding a platter of the room. There are also a number of guards, as well as Kleck, the sort of butler or manservant, in the room as well.
Yeah. The detect magic is verbal and somatic. Would there be any way of me I don't know, disguising that as? No, I'd have needed to cast it outside the room. Never mind. Never mind. In which case, if he's wandering off,
Yes, he slowly sort of like begins to shuffle in his chair and just like heaves, and you can see one of the guards quickly sort of moves forwards, leans his like spear against the wall, takes one of his like enormous pudgy hands and begins to like tug him out of it. Yeah, this halfling is clearly quite strong to pull this individual to his feet, and he slowly just sort of lumbers, waddles his way out of the room. You now see why the doors in this place are double wide.
in which case, all right. In which case, I guess we head out. So he's just gonna see if this dragon will take a meeting with us. And while he does that, did he say where our lodgings were going to be, or?
No, he just said if you find some, that Kleck will track you down.
Right.
Send word if you feel like it. Otherwise, Kleck's good at finding people.
So he's not going to pay for us. Boring. Well, that's what he was offering.
People in this city. So I guess if this is well, if it's starting to get to evening and stuff, we'd better just go and some place to stay.
Can I do a quick locate creature?
Yeah, so Kleck escorts you outside. You are basically just escorted off the manor's premises, and then at the gates, he's like, "Well, I look forward to seeing you all again. Enjoy the city. The Great One's blessing go with you." And he sort of gives you again this sort of like very stiff, quick bow before turns around and leaving, and you are left. It is not late in the day. You arrived, sort of mid-morning time. It was probably a little after lunch at this point. So early to mid-afternoon. If you want, we can skip forwards. If you want to sort of go through things, it's up to you.
Well, and you were going to cast locate creature.
Mm-hmm.
We can do that as we leave, I suppose.
Okay. Yeah, you cast. You move away a little bit. Cast locate creature. What /who are you looking for?
Great one.
You say the Great One. Yeah, you cast your spell. You do not get a you do not find a creature within 1,000 feet.
Okay.
Can you cast it again? Fine. No. Oh, yeah. Never mind. And then I guess on our way back, we'll ask Klari if you can do Wonder and Legend War. Yeah, who should we do Legend War on first? The dragon, the great one.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best one to do it on.
Yeah?
Maybe.
Cool. Legend Law!
So you cast Legend Lore on the Great One.
Legend Law!
That noise reverberates around your head as you do so.
Oh no.
So, you cast Legend Lore. What you learn is that the Great One is an emerald dragon who resides in Blackspire. Took up residence is an adult great dragon, so took up residence some 200 years ago. And within the last, became known that they were there about 200 years ago when the first sort of whisperings of this new religion sprung up around them. It was said at first they came with a contingent of kobolds, but after some time, the kobolds seemed to disappear.
How tall are kobolds?
About 3 feet tall, something like that.
They're the same height as a halfling.
Yeah, about that. Kobolds, gnomes, halflings, goblins, dwarves are a bit taller. It's off the top of my head, all the small races.
I think you're right. I was wrong. Damn it.
Why? Did you think his friend or something was a kobold or whatever? To be fair, that would have been a good show. But then kobolds are like little dragon people, and they're little shits. We fought kobolds before, didn't we?
Yeah, we've
John
fought loads of them.
No?
I don't believe you've fought kobolds before. Arwen has, but I don't think Stix and Klari have.
I think Stix has, because we were in an underground thing, and
Yeah, I remember the token.
yeah, we were in like an underground, and then some of them went invisible, and it was really annoying.
Yeah.
And there was books.
I'm trying to think when you've encountered kobolds. I can only think of 2 instances. One was in the desert, and you didn't fight them then. You managed to talk your way out of that. And the other one was way, way, way back when.
That you're thinking of the one on the ship to Denderport.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Between those two, we went into this underground, under like a tree. There was like a
was.
thingy
No,
of
they
thing.
were goblins. They were goblins.
Were they?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. They were. Yeah, they were collecting the sap of the tree, which was like goblin juice. Which
I thought they were kobolds.
No, because I remember I
they were
had
goblins.
a goblin human juice or something. And I think I still have it on my sheet, even though it's definitely gone. But I haven't used it at all.
The greater healing honey.
Yeah.
I had 6 of them and they are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yes, they were goblins that were doing that.
Oh. Fair enough.
But yeah, so you are on the streets. You're a little ways from the ducal manor.
Not all
You're
the time.
so is that all we learned about him? Is that
yeah.
he was discovered to be here around 200 years ago.
He was
When
discovered to be here around 200 years ago when this burgeoning religion was first appearing.
and then I'm assuming that religion just grew and grew and grew until.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Does it say where would legend lore tell us where his lair is? He's a dragon. I'm assuming his lair.
It told you that
Where all
he
his money.
resides in the spire itself.
Cool.
I think we go and have a look around the spire again. But we do a
Yeah, because okay, let's be real. If we went, just had a look around the spire, who's gonna fucking stuff?
exactly.
I know that's not necessarily a thing, but I think Stix is definitely feeling that this is like he's like the dragon cult is sort of the word dragon cult is sort of ringing in his ears a little bit. And he is kind of being very, very suspicious about this whole thing, particularly on, what dragons and dragon cults and things we've had recently, like in our past. So I think it's like getting dark, right?
No, it's still early afternoon.
Oh, it's still early afternoon. Shit. Oh yeah, I forgot. We got here like really early in the morning. Yeah, we could.
I'd say we just go and have a look. Do a sneak.
Yeah,
Sprinkle a bit of pass without trace.
yeah. Okay, let's try and go back there, do a bit of a sneak, see if we can find anything. Do any of us have like
Mm.
true sight or anything like that? I'm thinking if there is a way from that spire into his bit, it's going to be like a hidden door or a secret passage or something, right? Sure. It's going to be like a wall that isn't actually a wall; it's an illusion of something. Although I guess that would be detect magic then. I suppose that would work either way.
The only person who'd be able to get it. No, none of us can get it. Says level 6. And it's only for bards, clerics, sorcerers, wizards, and warlocks.
I see. Never mind then. Let's just go pass that trace, stealth checks, the jab,
The whole shebang.
marmalade.
Right. So you want to go explore the tower again?
Yeah. Why not?
Just shredding notes.
Sorry.
It's fine. All my notes are digital. They can be deleted with the press of a button. As if I would. So you guys are pretty near the center of the city. You know, the Duke's Manor is in the wealthiest districts in the center of the city, and you begin to make your way out again. Seems that this rainstorm was fairly brief. You can see it. You know, the roads, slick with the rain, glistening in the sunshine, as it begins to warm your backs and dry out your still damp clothes. As you make your way through the city, ahead of you, you spot, coming from a side road and continuing marching on ahead, a group of sort of 6 or 7 guards in lockstep. You can see that there are, they're marching. They come from a side street, turn and continue in the same direction you are ahead of you. You can see that there's it looks like there's 7 of them, probably 6 humans or 6 medium-sized creatures being led by a small individual at the front as they march away. When they get to a building called the Mermaid's Flagon, you can see It has on the outside of the building near the roof, there is a figurehead like a mermaid from a ship, but rather than necessarily sort of like holding aloft like a sword or a trident or anything like that, she's holding this large tankard which is frothing and overflowing with ale. When they get to this building, the guards, turn about and push their way inside. And the way they enter, they don't look casual. They look like they've been moving with a purpose. And as they, shortly after they enter, as you continue making your way up the street, getting close to this building now, you can hear shouts and raised voices coming from inside. Yeah. As you do so, who has the highest passive perception? Is it Arwen or is it Klari? I think Arwen's got a 21. Klari.
I've got 20. Oh, wait. Oh, I've got 23.
Oh, it could, oh, yeah, it will be Owen then, yeah.
So, Arwen, you'd be first to spot this. Out of what looks to be like a window towards the back of the tavern, you watch a hooded individual sort of climb through, or you watch an individual climb through. They've got, sort of like, they've got dark skin and dark brown hair. They look sort of furtively around in both directions before pulling up a hood and begin to turn, deeper into the alleyway behind the tavern. You can hear voices from inside shouting about everyone needs to come downstairs and line up. Various, raised voices shouting. You hear a voice shouting, "Find the owner. We need to search all the rooms." And this furtive individual takes a glance in your direction towards the main street before ducking and continuing down at the back, deeper into the alleyway.
What the hell did she do? The girl?
He
Oh, what the hell
looks
did
like a
he
man.
do?
I'm assuming it's some kind of this person doesn't believe in the dude in the Great One or something. I don't know.
Can we follow him? Like, is the way that he's going the way we're going?
No, you guys are like on this main street. He jumped out into an alleyway just as you happen to be walking past and has like headed deeper into sort of the thick of the buildings and things.
No.
Do we follow him?
If you don't act soon, you're probably going to lose it.
I don't mind. I'm not sure.
Okay, let's do it. My interest is piqued.
Okay. You begin to head down the alleyways and follow it. You get a short ways in, following him down, and you realize that while the main streets in Blackspire are very large, broad, and easy to navigate, once you get sort of in between the little alleys and lanes in between, they're quite twisty and windy, and you have to suddenly sort of pick up your pace a little bit to catch up with this individual as you lose sight of him. And maybe hearing this increased pace, you turn a corner expecting him to be sort of quite close walking along, and you realize he's running. He's heard you, and he's running.
Oh, Clary, fly! Probably not dark enough for that.
Yeah, I think it's probably.
Descend!
But I think all of us now with 40-foot movement speed charge. And as we run, Clary and Owen notice, hey, Stix is actually keeping up with us for once. What the fuck? No, I just have the mobile feed, so I have 40-foot movement.
Oh, right.
But you can also see that it is taking literally all of his effort to try and keep up with you. Yeah, fucking pegging it.
All right. Does everyone give chase?
Yeah, why not? If Stix has started running, I'll run.
Okay. Can everyone just roll initiative then, just so we can keep track of things in order?
I want to know why we're running. But
Yeah. I've got no clue. I'm just having a good time. Oh no, and I'm probably going first.
Okay. So, the way this is going to work, this is a chase. Your target starts with a chase score of 0. If he makes it to +3 over any of you, he escapes that individual, and that person is out of the chase. If he falls to -3, he is caught.
Whoa.
So, each round, we will go. You guys will have complication to deal with. If you fail, he automatically moves ahead by 1. If you pass, then he makes a stealth check against your passive perception at the end of the round, moving ahead of success and flagging closer to capture on a failure. Each round, you can use your action to attempt to speed yourselves up or slow yourselves down, potentially granting disadvantage for his stealth check. By speed yourselves up and slow yourselves down, I don't mean just take the dash action. That's irrelevant here. This is like a skill-based type thing. So I'm not, it's not a case of just, I dash every round, I catch him. It's there's things going on. What do? You might cast like Entangle. You might, try and throw something at him to sort of trip him up. You don't have to come up with an action, but you can potentially. You might cast something that might make it easier to keep track of him. Those sorts of things.
Gotcha.
So, he makes a break for it. He starts running. You follow him through several alleys, twisting and turning, jumping over a fence before he dashes out into another main street. As he crosses the main street and disappears into an alley on the far side, a large crowd of individuals comes walking down the street. Can everyone make an athletics or acrobatics check to either push your way through or dodge around this crowd?
Acrobatics. Senji's.
Nice. Okay. You all make it through successfully. Klari, is there any action you'd like to take this round?
So does it work the same as like when we have actions and a bonus action?
Yeah, you have. So you have an action, which can be either an action or a bonus action for the purpose of the chase.
Okay, so I can't do both.
You can, yes, you get one thing, either an action or a bonus action for the purpose of the chase. It can be anything. Dashing is kind of irrelevant in this instance, just to kind of keep the chase. Because also when I came up with this, Ben hadn't decided on taking the mobile feat, and so he had lesser speed.
I see.
So I wanted to make this possible for everyone to take part in without it just being, I have a faster speed, so therefore I run fast.
I see. Chases really suck.
Yeah. Also, rather than keeping everyone moving in like tight increments, there's going to be hopefully be a bit more broad stroke cinematic type thing.
Can I like throw my dagger aiming at his feet to try and trip him up?
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have to pick it up.
make an attack roll. He's going to have a fairly decent AC because moving through the alleyways, he's going to have a reasonable bit of cover. So 17. You throw your dagger, and you think it rather than hitting his feet, it just pins a small amount of his cloak to the wall. But with his momentum, it just tears and leaving like a slice in the back of his cloak. But he carries on unimpeded, unfortunately. Arwen, if you don't have an action, you can just skip. That's fine.
I've seen Klari wants to throw things at this person, so I would like to expend one charge to use an action to take out a frog from my hat of vermin.
Okay.
It's a whole action just to get the frog, so I'll throw it on the next turn.
Okay, Arwen summons a frog and Stix.
Stix is going to. I could cast plant growth and fuck this whole thing up.
Well, at least it'll have the frog will have somewhere to live for an hour.
But I'm not going to cast plant growth because that will have horrible effects for the rest of the city. So I'm instead going to cast. I don't know.
I would think just act on instinct.
Stix is running, and fuck, he didn't have time to cast the spell. He's just gonna pull out. He's seeing everyone throwing shit, and yeah, he's just gonna try and like pick up a bottle or something from the street because I don't want to kill this guy, and I don't really have anything to throw other than my hand axe. But if I'm running and I miss, I'm gonna have to come back and pick that up, and that seems pointless. So I'm just gonna run past like a brick or a bottle or something, and I'm gonna Last of Us 2 style lob it at his fucking head.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll.
Just with straight strength. Right, I do not have the talent cutting ball of feet. That is an 11.
Unfortunately, you scoop up what you think is an empty bottle, but as you turn it over to throw it, there's still a little bit in it. So as you turn it over, you manage to pour a little bit of beer over yourself, and it just disrupts your aim, and the bottle shatters off this alley wall. Right, he's gonna make a stealth check. That is shit. So, despite his best efforts, you do all manage to keep pace and move a little closer. Everyone moves to +1. But he continues running through the alleyways, twisting and turning. You smell. The smell of sort of something fermenting begins to come over your noses. And as you turn around the corner, you can see a large number of barrels stacked up outside the back of a building. There is a horse and cart with barrels being loaded into it. And as he runs past, he slaps the horse on the flank. The horse, panics and rears up and tips a load of these barrels in and across your path. Can everyone make a dexterity saving throw to avoid the barrels as they cross your path?
I've played Donkey Kong before. I know what this is about. Yeah.
Okay, so Arwen.
I mean, I rolled for Hugo, but I was imagining him flying anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so everyone passed except Arwen. So Arwen
two.
automatically falls back by 1 place. As she failed everyone else. Carry on. So you can all take an action again. Your action can be something to speed yourselves up as well. If you want to, you might say you can also, say something like you want to make like an athletics check to sort of like push yourselves to like maybe like vault over some various bits of debris to get like a faster path. Those sorts of things as well. Feel free to be fairly abstract with what you think you're trying to do.
Got it.
But yes, Klari, is there anything you'd like to do?
I try and cast sleep on them.
You certainly can. Yeah. I'm going to say while trying to do this while running, make a spellcasting check to because normally you can just cast this, but make a spellcasting check just to be able to like maintain focus to cast this spell while you're running.
Hold on, what, you need to make an intelligence check?
No, because
Yes, intelligence.
just like okay.
8. Unfortunately, you're trying to cast this spell while running and trying to focus on like the incantations and the somatic components, and you realize that as you do so, you're slowing down, and you have to just drop the spell in order to maintain your place in the chase.
What were you trying to cast?
Sleep.
Arwen, you have dropped back a little bit. You have a
I
frog.
have. I do have a frog. Okay. You said to get creative. I'm going to get creative.
Go for it.
I would like to make either a perception or investigate something, one of those checks, to look for a random group of youths with wheeled modes of transport the youth of today use. And I would like to steal one and capture.
Yeah. So what I'm going to say is
I've killed Ben.
you. Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's
like
still
again. This chase is sort of like going like if you imagine like the streets, the main streets sort of run in similar directions, and then there are these like little alleys in between that you're sort of wiggling through.
No youth is hanging out on a main street. They're all down the alley.
You keep like bursting like onto like the main streets and stuff like that. And as you're just about to come out onto another main street, there's like a group of them like just like tucked in the alley, all sort of like gathered around, and their wheeled modes of transportation are sort of lent up on the wall. And so you just like run along and grab one and begin powering yourself along. Make an athletics check to see if you can utilize this fast enough.
What I would like to see happen is Arwen tries to use the skateboard, but it's medieval times, so the floor is just mud. So if you go to the wheels just
Yeah, no, but you managed to power yourself along on this thing very, very, very quickly.
I'm just holding this frog in my hands as well, and its legs are like.
You could literally turn into any animal, and yet you decided with the skateboard.
I like being a public nuisance. What
Yeah.
can I say?
Yeah, I mean, this chase now does have an additional party to it, as the youths are disgruntled by this theft and have begun to chase all of you. So, some rapscallions may get involved if you continue to flag behind Arwen. And Stix.
Oh fuck! How do you top that? Jesus Christ! Oh Lord. Do I have anything cool with this? Hold on. What's I want to know what that is. I want you to show me. Could I? Hold on. Fuck. So Stix is going to be running, and he sees Arwen grab a skateboard, and he's like, "Oh fuck, this is serious." And Stix is going to. Can I cast Moonbeam ahead of this guy, so he's got to like suddenly sort of go around it,
Yes.
So like a really quick like flash of Moonbeam. So he's like, "Shit, I got to go around this." Therefore, maybe making him a little slower, and us.
Okay. Yeah, same thing. Can you make a spellcasting check just while you're running to see if you can do this as you're running without? Again.
No.
Again, you go to cast a spell and you realize in the focus required you're slowing down, and so you kind of just have to discard the idea of casting this spell to just maintain your place. But
Let's just get up. Do a kickflip. Do a kickflip. Arwen Hawk Skater Pro.
it's going to make another stealth check.
Arwen Hawk.
Arwen Hawk.
Which unfortunately is a success, and unfortunately Stix having the lowest passive perception means that you fall fall to 0 in the you fall back down from 1 to 0. Everyone else moves up, so Klari moves to 2 and Arwen moves to 1. So Klari is close to catching this individual.
Oh no, the rapscallions are gonna get Stix.
Oh god. Don't worry, I'm down with the kids, you skippy. I can dab.
Oh no.
So the chase continues with the youths. Actually, hold on. Let me roll for the youths to see where they end up. Oh, they have not done well. They moved.
Their genes are too low.
Oh, indeed. The youths have gone to -1.
Oh no.
It's all the vaping. They're doing. Their lungs aren't as good.
Well, speaking of lungs, again through the twisting and turning alleys, you hear a clatter and you see that there has been a gate to someone's garden has been thrown open. Following this individual through it, there is a back door, and you can see all the way through the house a back door and a front door open. They're out the other side. The sound of sort of shouts comes from inside, but as you're running, someone comes to the door with a big dustpan full of. They've clearly been sweeping, and they go and toss it out into the back garden. Can everyone make a Constitution saving throw as you get dust tossed in your face?
Oh no.
Oh god. Not dust.
Oh yeah, dust from the floor. And the pollen count is high as well.
Oh.
Next you're gonna say the UV rays are gonna be.
No,
it's
there's
raining
no
earlier.
aerosols. The ozone layer is perfectly intact.
Oh, okay, good.
We haven't destroyed the world yet.
Oh,
Yet.
do you?
So most of you do all right, but Klari, unfortunately, maybe the worst of this catches you. Maybe there was like some sort of larger sort of like chunks of grit or something like that that also like get in your eyes, as you unfortunately automatically fall back a place.
Oh no.
So,
No.
but we go into everyone's turns. What would you all like to do on this turn?
That's a really good question.
The answer can just
So
be
who is
nothing.
it? Who is it now? So it's the youths,
So Arwen,
Stix,
so
me
the
and
figure is ahead.
Klari.
Arwen and Klari are at 1, Stix is at 0, and the youths are at -1.
Okay, excellent. And Klari goes
Arwen
first.
kickflips through the house.
Oh, hell yeah. Do I
Oh,
have to roll for it?
grind.
No,
Oh,
it's-
Oh, down the banisters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's stairs down the front of the house, and Arwen just ollies up on and grinds down the rail out into
Yeah.
the street.
So cool.
Owen's
There you
playing
go.
her own like game, and she can see like letters that make a word. So she's got to go and like grind on one thing to get H, kick flip off to get O, ollie up a thing to get R, duck under a thing to get S, slide over a thing to get E. Then you've got horse and boom.
Why have we got a horse?
I was
Oh,
wondering
do
what
we
you were
unlock a horse?
what you were spelling there.
Yeah, do you guys ever play? Do you guys not play Tony Hawk's? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater?
Yeah, but the
No,
word in
I
that was
unfortunately
skate.
did not.
Oh, maybe it was skate.
It wasn't horse.
Oh.
It was skate.
Why would it be a horse?
Because that's the game. Horse is that you do a thing, and then if the other person can't do that thing, then
They get a
they
letter.
they get a letter,
Yeah,
and it spells out the horse.
yeah. But I believe in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, it spelled out skate because you collected the letters to spell skate.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. I think you're right.
Anyway, Klari, have you got an action you'd like to take?
Just fireball him. No, I suppose you can't.
Surely we don't want one.
He's a tough cookie. You can take it.
Well,
Well, just like alleyways and streets and stuff.
is there anything in front of him I could set on fire?
Ooh,
Yeah, there's like a lot of
love
like
it.
wooden fences. Occasionally, there's sort of like boxes and barrels set up, or sort of around behind buildings, things like that.
Can I cast firebolt and try and throw it in front of him specifically?
Yeah, go for it. Make an attack roll. You can have sort of quite high AC to hit a specific sort of thing.
Wait, hang on, that's the wrong thing. Just use the big point.
Yeah, I see you like aim this thing as you're running, and he's like, you turn the corner down into the alleyway, you conjure this fire in your hand, you throw it ahead of you, aiming sort of past and around him, and almost like with your magic, you like curve it in the air, and what it does is it knocks into the side of a stack of barrels and pushes one of them over, and there's this like flaming barrel in front of him. He's going to make a dex save, which he fails. He like tumbles over this thing and like pushes it sort of like out of the way to the side. It rolls to a bit of mud and goes out. But he like stumbles and has to like sort of like spend a bit of time patting some of his clothing. So he's gonna have you guys catch up a little bit. So he's gonna have disadvantage on his stealth check this time against you, Klari. Arwen, what would you like to do?
I would like to throw my frog at his head.
Okay, make an attack roll with frog.
How do I attack with frog?
It'll be
Just a strength.
just strength or dex, unless you have proficiency in frog.
Oh, I'd like to use dex instead. Oh, well. That's
17 is good. Yeah, it's almost like as he's like standing still, having patted himself, you throw this thing at him, and he like turns to look at up, and this frog just like splats like into the side of his face. And he sort of like spins around, like trying to like pull his hood off, like
Go,
push,
Roger.
like like slaps at his face, and you just see the frog just sort of goes through the air.
Oh, back my way.
Yeah.
Can I catch the frog?
Make a dex check for me. Just because it'd be funny if you drop the frog.
I catch the frog.
You catch the frog. Stix.
Roger.
I I think everything is going well in front of us, but I can hear these youths with their fucking youth-like insults behind me. And
Oh no.
I hear one of
Your
them just
trousers
call
are
out.
out of date.
Yeah,
Your
I
fashion's
hear.
terrible.
Yeah, I hear one of them call out these obscenities, and I reach behind me, and from my hand protrudes green gas as I skunk.
You skunk me. Alright, I'm gonna make a con save
Okay,
for the
so-
youths. That's a 5 again. The youths fall even further behind.
Fuck yeah! I just
Alright.
look
They're
back.
not they're
It's
not familiar with this vape flavour. They must stop to investigate.
Pull your trousers up.
Okay, and everyone draws a little closer to him, having been hampered. Klari and Arwen are at 2, Stix is at 1, the youths are at -2.
Yeah, fuck off, youths.
Oh
Alright.
no, the youths are never gonna catch him.
No.
Yes,
But-
they're after you, not him.
What?
Also,
No.
I am now primarily after the youths. There is a just to stop and be like Jon Snow in that image where like the army's coming towards me, just got sword. I am.
Oh
You
dear.
all rush out into the street. This one is a little bit uneven, having on a slight hill, and where the rain has sort of washed down. There's a little bit of like a puddle at the bottom, but clearly it like washes a load of mud and things sort of down as well. And so there's a big sort of patch of like slippy mud. Clearly used to the layout of the city. The individual ahead of you just jumps over it in time, but the rest of you don't see it. Can everyone make dexterity saving throws again, please, to avoid slipping in the mud?
Darwin needs to make an acrobatics check to ollie over the puddle, because I mean, she gets stuck in that puddle on a skateboard. That's gonna be awful. Yeah.
Oh, it's not going well for everyone. What have you got, Stix? Stix is the only one. Maybe it's the collective pile of Klari and Arwen who have slipped. Arwen, your wheeled mode of transport gets stuck in the mud and you're back to your feet again as it sort of dunks you off with your momentum.
Oh
But
no.
unfortunately, Klari and Arwen have failed and fall back in line with Stix again.
Oh. The worst they can
Wait.
fall.
I have an idea.
Well, we move to everyone's turns.
Oh no, never mind. My idea doesn't work because flying for a team takes 10 minutes to cast. Never mind. I mean, could I ask Arwen to turn me into like a horse or something really quick, and then I guess she could, I don't know, tie a rope around my neck and sort of like drag onto me, like one of them ski boat things. No, that seems way too complicated.
My skateboard's in a puddle.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm very upset.
Yeah. We'll come back for it. It's all right.
Thanks.
This is not the last of Arwen's skating career.
Oh, good. Oh, I was worried.
It's my new favorite thing is Arwen skating. So the youths are 2 behind us now. I feel like we're good on the youth.
Yeah, as you
Well,
look
they
behind you, Stix,
pick
a
up
couple
their
of them have
sleep.
dropped off already, having given up. But the most ambitious, probably the one that Arwen initially stole from, is in the lead. But yeah,
I don't steal.
but yeah. Why you think Stix, Klari, you're up first? Is there anything you'd like to do? If there's nothing, that's all right. You can just keep going.
Can I cast guidance on Arwen, or whatever she attempts to?
Oh god. I have
Yeah.
to think with my human brain.
Yes. Pass the play.
Yeah. Yeah, you can cast guidance, Arwen, with your human brain.
Yeah. My human brain. I will. Hmm.
Hmm.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Hmm. Mm, I will. I will. I will. I will. I will try the frog again because I have the frog, and I
Okay.
whisper to my frog friend, "Go down his shirt.
Okay.
Get your slimy skin on his body. Be
Okay.
free."
Make an attack roll with your frog.
What does guidance do?
Guidance
That
gives you
plus.
1d4 to skill checks.
Okay.
This
Oh,
is
just to check.
just to
Ah,
skill
damn it.
checks.
What am I doing?
Making an attack roll with your frog, strength or dexterity.
Dexterity. Ah,
Your frog.
go frog.
Your frog aim is true once again.
Yes.
Go be slimy.
I'm just gonna make a fortune roll to see where the frog ends up.
Down his shirt.
I'm
His
gonna put some
sights.
parameters on the roll before I roll it this time. Low is bad for him, high is good for him. It's a 14. So the frog does not make its way inside his shirt.
Where is he?
He is just on the ground this time.
No, frog.
He makes a valiant. The frog. Does the frog have a name?
It was Robert.
Robert makes
Yes.
Robert makes a valiant attempt to get in his shirt. Unfortunately, he does not quite succeed, and is like pulled out by a tail and just sort of like tossed off to the side where he lands in the pathway.
Now it's the frog that's doing the John.
Did
I
you
said
just say
tail.
the frog has a tail?
Yeah, I meant leg, not tail.
I was like, wow, what is this species of frog with a tail? Oh, evolution.
And Stix.
Stix is running. Arwen's off the skateboard. She's thrown a frog. Clary's. You class guidance on Arwen. So Stix is going to. Stix. I mean, I don't even the throw. I don't know anything to fucking.
There's a frog on the floor.
There is a frog on the floor. But then that's like just happened. Like this is all sort of happening around the same time. So I need to knock off the spell slot from Moonbeam. I'm gonna I'm going to try the moonbeam thing again. I think there's
Okay.
something. I'm going to try the
Okay.
moonbeam thing.
Yeah, make a spell check, spellcasting ability check for me. See whether you
Oh
can.
Lord, give me spell casting.
19. Yeah, this
Yes.
time maybe the path's a little more clearer. You're a little more sort of focused. You have a bit more fixed in your mind, and you're able to conjure this spell. I'm going to make a saving throw for him, which does not go in his favor. So that is a success for Stix as well. So he's going to attempt to make some stealth checks. Disadvantage. Yeah, that is not good. So I believe Arwen and Klari failed their dex checks. So everyone was at 1. So now everyone is at 2. And the youths, that's cocked. The youths are just about in there. They neither go forwards nor backwards. All right.
They have stumbled on their skateboard again. Do they want to just take it and go away?
No, this is now personal. They
Oh,
must teach you a lesson. It's not
they're
about
still
the
in
theft.
school.
It's not about the theft. It's about the act.
The act being theft.
Yes. It's about the disrespect.
Right.
The
Okay.
disrespect to the streets, man.
Never do that ever again.
I make no promises. The chase continues, and you can sense this guy's getting a little tired, as are all of you. But he is intent on getting away from you, and so, in sort of a desperate effort, he jumps onto a barrel and over a fence, and you can hear a large crash on the other side as he drops down. As you all follow his path onto the barrel over the fence and drop down, can everyone make an acrobatics check, as there seems to be a larger drop on the other side than everyone was anticipating. You can see he himself has crashed through the roof of a little coal store or something, or wood store or something like that has somewhat cushioned his blow, but this thing has been destroyed and created a larger drop for all of you. Arwen succeeds. Klari succeeds. And Stix succeeds. Yeah, you all pass this, all nimble on your feet, able to keep your footing better. So, possibly for the final time, would anyone like to act?
Was it your first or our?
We'll just try and trip him up again with my dragon.
Go for it.
Oh, 20.
Yeah, this time your dagger strikes true, and you've you manage to throw it and catch him, and the weight of it sort of knocks one ankle into the other, and he stumbles. Arwen, what are you doing in this chase?
How close is he?
Close, reasonably.
Can I try and dive and rugby tackle him at the knees?
You're not close enough for that.
Oh,
You are. If he fails on his next check, then you will be within grab it. You will all be
Then
within
I
grabbing
can
range.
rugby tackle him.
I mean, unless you have anything to like propel you a great distance. For example, if you had like the jump spell, you can maybe make like a great leap.
Harry, shove me. Give me a boost. Anyone got a small rocket?
I have Dimension Door.
Why haven't you dimension doored on his head?
Well, I don't know.
You always dimension door on people's heads.
Yeah, but I was having fun running, if I'm going to be honest. I'll Dimension Door now. Don't worry.
I am worrying. I'm very worried about you.
We'll stop.
Not-
I got this.
I don't know what to do. I'm okay.
Stix.
I am going to Dimension Door. Use my cloak. Pull my cloak around a Dimension Door in front of him, like a few yards in front of him, and then I'm going to get ready for the fattest dump tackle, like rugby dump tackle you've ever seen in your life. Like one of them things where you sort of look at it and think, shit, this guy's going to need the fucking hospital. Shoulder straight to the top of the chest, arms wrapped, lift up, boom.
Okay.
The good stuff.
All right.
Dab.
I'm going to make
Like,
I'm going to make a dexterity check for this guy to see if he can avoid the sudden appearance of a Stix. That's annoyingly mid. Stix, can you make an
Roll it again.
athletics check?
on athletics. No.
So you appear, but he has very quick reactions. And so as you go to make this tackle, you like get your arms around him, but he seems reasonably combatively capable as he like twists your arms as you like get around him and like slips out of your grip. He bursts out into the street once more and is going to make another check. So, all of you rush out into the street. There is no sign of him. And then suddenly, as you're looking around, at the same time, one after another, you all spot that there is a group of individuals that look like dwarves or mixture of sort of dwarves and humans moving through the city. Maybe they're like a work party or something like that. Some of them have got sort of cloaks and overalls and things like that, and then there's this figure sort of huddled sort of to the side in the middle of it with its hood up, and you realize that's your man, and you rush over to him, and thinking he's managed to get away from you, you are all able to rush up and grab hold of this individual. Well done. You have successfully caught your target.
Tag, you're it.
And then we run off.
The youths have not made it. They are lost.
They dead.
Yes, that sort of lost. That's what I meant.
It's
They
these
have died
things.
in the streets.
R.I.P.
This is what skateboarding and vaping will do to your kids.
Oh god. Poor youths. We will speak kindly of them at their funeral.
Did they have good shoes?
Probably not.
Okay.
These are youths we're talking about here. They have good shoes. They're not actually meant for running. They're like Nike Airs, but like because they were so afraid of getting their shoes dirty, they refused to run through the pub and the sloppy streets.
How will they sell them on the second-hand market if there is mud on them?
I know.
But yeah, up close you can see, this is a tall but slender, dark-skinned man with reasonably long dark brown hair and brown eyes.
Hello.
Has a large, like, oversized cloak, and he's trying to sort of hunch down, as you sort of like grab him and bundle him, again into one of the many alleys that off the main. What do you want? I didn't do anything. What do you want? What do you want?
Why were you running?
I thought you.
Are you
Why were
running?
you following me?
Why were you running?
We wanted
Because
to
you
know
were
why you
following
were.
me.
Yeah, but no, but you
Because you were
ran away first.
Because I didn't want the guards to find me.
Why?
Why didn't you want the guards to find you?
I mean,
I'm a naughty boy.
no, I didn't do anything. There.
Were you supposed to put the washing out?
No, I haven't done anything. I've been looking for my partner. She was, what they said was when they came barging into the tavern was that she had escaped, but and they were looking for like an escaped prisoner and someone associated with them. But she
Who's
can't
your
have
friend?
she can't have escaped because if she'd escaped, she'd have sent me a message or something by now. My friend was Prin.
Prim?
Prin.
Oh,
Prin.
Prin.
Best thief in the city.
Okay.
Do you know where they are?
Well,
Like,
well,
where?
after a score, we'd always meet in the tavern and arrange to pick up, and then I would get things shipped off and then get her share of the profits. I'm what what you in the business call a fence. But since she's been missing, I've been going back to the bar every day, hoping she would show up. I even approached one of the guards I knew after a few days when I became worried. You know, who works in the prison, and he says he hasn't even seen her. So,
Do you know where the prison is?
yes, the prison is in the southeast district.
Okay. Is that the same place as where the big tower is?
No, the prison is within the city. The tower is to the west, outside the city.
Okay. So, have you ever been in this prison? Do you know anything about the prison?
No, I just have a contact in there. Some occasionally when something goes wrong, people get caught, they get held for a few days, maybe. Sometimes he will sneak the messages and stuff like that for me. Yeah,
Do you think
we had a good arrangement. He keeps me appraised of patrols and things like that, so I might give him a small, cut for his information sometimes. Nice guy. I thought we had a good relationship. I don't know why I don't think he would lie to me about it. He said she was never there.
Wait, so why did you run then?
Because the guards were looking for her and someone associated with her, and I thought people might have seen us meeting, and I didn't want to be caught up in all this. She's gone missing, and she's never ended up in jail. I don't know. I'm worried.
Maybe she's been eaten.
Eaton? That seems extreme.
Maybe.
Do you think if we were to make a deal with you, for example, if we were to let you go right now you could arrange a meeting with this contact of yours, as we might be interested in this prison and what they might know about it.
I mean, yeah, I can tell you where to find him. Yeah, I'll do that. That's no problem. Um, his name is Grubben.
Brother,
Yeah.
gotcha.
He likes to hang out in a bar called the Four Corners. It's a sort of looks around him. I don't actually know where we are. But it's then it's kind of it's in the Southeast District as well, not too far away from the prison. But he likes to go there to blow off steam from time to time. You'll I'm sure you'll be able to find him there and speak to him.
Four Corners, right. Thank you very, very much for the information. You do we have anything else we need to ask this guy?
What's your name?
My name is Taroa.
Tarilla.
And
Right.
So many names.
We need to find Bryn guard in the Four Corners Tavern. And this is Tarilla. Gotcha.
Yeah, if you find her or find any sign of her, she always carried a silver locket with a green stone on it, with a picture of her and her mother inside when she was a baby.
Silver locket, green stone. Gotcha. Awesome. Right, gang.
Yes.
I think we have somewhere to head.
Yes. The reason she yes she told me she told me someone unknown had contacted her to try and steal something from the Duke.
Oh no.
I told her it was a bad idea and it was too well guarded, but she insisted that the payout would be worth it.
Interesting. What is it you're gonna steal?
I don't know. She just told me that someone had offered her a big payout to steal something from the Duke.
Interesting.
Probably the necklace thing.
Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah, with a similar sort of bluish necklace. Alrighty. We may inquire. Thank you very much. You
Can I-
take care.
Let me go?
I mean, yeah. I don't think there's
Do you want me to beat you up?
No,
Is that what you prefer?
no. This.
I don't
mean,
mind.
No, I would appreciate it if you didn't.
Okay.
I owe you one.
Yeah, you do.
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know where to find me if you ever want to smuggle anything out of the city. The oh, where's it gone? My fucking notes. Yeah, the owner of the Mermaid's Flagon. He can put you in touch with me if you need to.
Awesome.
Alright.
Thank you.
And with that, he sort of extricates himself from your collective grip and disappears off into the alley, pulling his hood up once more.
Hi.
I have a thought. Maybe the amethyst dragon is hidden within the prison. Or rather beneath the prison. In like a very, very large prison space. Because I did think they would be held in the Blackspire. But that doesn't make sense. Because how would it fit? Like, how would a whole other dragon prison fit in there? mean, maybe it would. I don't know, but I feel like
I mean, we came in through a door that wasn't like that we couldn't then see afterwards.
So
yeah.
if I describe Blackspire is a sheer tower of blackish purple rock, almost obsidian-like. This thing is, it's like a mountain. It is, very, very large at the base, but it's rather than being sort of like gradually increasing, it is almost like a tower in terms of how steep the sides are. It is like a giant spear of rock that juts out of the ground. This thing is so big it can be seen from pretty much anywhere in the city as long as you have a clear view of the sky.
Oh, so you totally
It is a mountainous, spiked tower of sheer-sided rock.
Like the Shard, but more jagged.
Yes, a bit like the Shard, but larger at the base.
So
wider and taller, but similar in shape.
So I guess it could be in there.
Yeah, I wouldn't discount it as a place that it could be. Okay, so we've got two options. We either go there and sneak in and have a look around, or we go to meet with this weird contact in the pub.
But if we're going to meet this weird contact, what are we? So if we don't think the amethyst dragon is within the prison, why are we going to meet this contact? To get this necklace for them?
To release all of the prisoners.
That doesn't sit quite well with me personally.
Oh, okay. We won't do that then.
Seems a little bit excessive for what we need. I reckon. Trying to think if there's any advantage of having, I don't know, like a thief and a smuggler on our side. I've not seen it in a minute. Because there's a whole war on. We kind of want to get this done as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's true. What time of day is it now?
Approaching early evening.
Early evening. Okay.
I reckon we head for the tower, and if nothing crops up, then in the morning then we go to bed, and then in the morning we can meet with this contact in the pub.
Yeah, how long does it take to get to the tower?
Not too long. Probably between half an hour and an hour's walk.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that then.
Okay. It takes you a little bit of time to sort of find your bearings and get directions out of the city, but you do make your way. You make your way out of the city again, following the roads and the pathways, out towards the well-trodden pathways out towards the tower. A little while later, after traveling through the countryside, you do hear the sort of sound of leathery wings above you, and looking up, you watch as a large emerald dragon takes flight.
Oh shit!
Okay, well that's good because at least the dragon's not at home,
That is right.
so we won't get eaten.
Might not get it.
It's less likely we'll be eaten.
It's less. Do you think we could? if the dragon's not home, then we could try and fly up to somewhere higher. Take a look inside.
Yeah, is that going to be obvious that we're coming though?
No,
Can,
we
can we stealth but fly? Is that possible?
feel like that could be possible if we approach from the right angle, from the like non. So you said there was like there was like a stair. I mean, I'm assuming it's going to be defended on all sides. Could you make us invisible while we try and get up there? Although I guess if we're going up there, we want most of our spells, right?
And also, how are we getting up there?
Well, obviously, I could summon Elvis, and I could deal with one or two of us.
Yeah,
But
but you'd have to come back and get the other two.
Yeah.
Or the other one.
Actually, Klari can literally walk up on this, so I think she'll be fine. Or is going in right now very dangerous? How many things going in right now might be very, very dangerous.
What if right now we go inside and look on all of those walls for secret doors that could take us down
Interesting. I like it.
to some
Okay.
sort of like underground thing? Because we came through one of those doors.
Yeah,
There might be another one.
there might be. Yeah, I like it. There's clearly some parts of this place that people don't know about. I like it. Cool. Yeah. Let's get over there.
Shall I pass without trace us?
When we get there, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You pass that trace, we'll just stealth. I'll do some like detect magic and stuff, and we'll yeah. We'll sort that stuff out.
So you're attempting to go back to the small temple that you appeared in.
Well, head back to the tower and see if there's anything else in there. And
Okay, so you're just gonna look. You're looking around the base of the tower.
yeah. In and around the small temple and sort of around the general area, see if there's any more hidden areas, entrances, hidden walkways, anything like that.
Okay, where are you starting? Are you starting at the temple, or are you going to start in the surroundings?
Let's start at the temple as we've been there before.
Yeah.
Okay, so you begin to make your way, heading in that direction, and as you get maybe sort of 500 yards away, you can see the statues that are on the outside, and you see two. We see what looks like a halfling and a tall, a regular human, both in the same green robes that you saw the priest wearing previously, walking down the pathway between the statues in your direction.
We're not invisible or anything. We're just generally
You are just out in the open at the moment.
generally walking there.
There anywhere to hide?
Potentially, yeah, you could find somewhere.
Yeah. Do you want to pass our traces now and then
Yeah.
hide? Yeah. I guess try and stealth our way up there and around sort of thing.
Yeah, so you guys divert off the pathway and things. Okay, yeah, they've both rolled reasonably well. So can everyone make stealth checks for me? I thought I might as well see how they do before I see how you guys do, given that Clary can't get below like a 47.
29.
29.
Does that roll with advantage?
No, that hasn't rolled with advantage.
Oh, I get advantage.
You got a 35.
Oh.
35.
We got past.
35.
Okay, so I get a 31.
Okay.
Okay.
You go.
23.
And a 35.
Mm.
Yes. So you guys all divert off the road. It's a little bit of sort of maybe like a rise. The terrain rises up, so there's a little bit where the pathway sort of slopes off and down a little bit as it runs away from the temple. As you go off that and conceive yourselves amongst the foliage down there, and as they're these two individuals pass, you hear sort of quite a stern voice say, "We must make sure everything is ready in 3 days. We have 2 new initiates to induct. We must make sure we have everything prepared for both of them." Yes, that's everything will be ready as instructed. We are gathering fresh scales as you speak. I have a number of individuals preparing everything. We will conduct the initiates, and we will also conduct the ceremonies to raise those who have achieved the proper rank as well. Good. Well, you know what he's like. You must make sure everything is prepared. Now I must make it back to the city. And I've got another ceremony to conduct. I do find all this prayer work rather tedious, but we must all put on our faces, shall we not? Indeed, yes. It is a pleasure to see you as always. Give my regards to the others when you get back to the church. And you hear one of these individuals turns around and heads back into towards the temple, and the other one carries on and disappears past you.
We're doing bad things.
You wait a few moments, and then extricate yourselves from your hiding places before creeping up to the temple itself. From this distance, you can see there seems to be one individual inside. They seem to be fussing around the large plinth, sweeping it out, rearranging cushions and things like that. Just generally sort of tidying and pampering up the place. They also have sort of like a large bucket, and you can see sort of occasionally as they like pick up, move cushions, they have to kind of sort of like scrape up scraps of bones and various other like sort of old bits of food and things like that. Clean up all of this around this large dragon-like throne. What would you like to do? It is this very large sort of open arch, open entryway, big enough for a dragon to fit inside, before you get to the stone benches and things like that.
I'm going to cast Detect Magic,
Okay.
and I just be standing close to the walls and smoothing over them, taking a good look, and seeing if any are hidden by arcane magic.
Okay. What's everyone else doing? You just sticking by Stix?
Yeah, I'm just going to investigate because I can't cast anything else. Otherwise, I'd lose concentration.
You can cast other non-concentration spells.
Can I?
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're concentrating, you can cast
Oh.
non-concentration spells.
Then I fireball this whole damn place. I'm joking.
Shame. Burn it to the ground. As you guys get close, you're obviously moving quietly, but this individual, as they're like sweeping things off, turns around and sees all of you standing, sort of against like, and it's like looks at you as well, like, I'm sorry, but you can't be here today.
Is this the same person as before?
No, this is someone else.
Oh.
And see, this is a woman. It looks like.
So she is seen as
Yes,
stealth.
as you all just sort of walked up and Stix, you're like, yeah, I'm going to cast detect magic and start touching the walls.
Oh, I thought it was like Sorry, I thought it was sort of like an very empty space.
No, I
in
described
which
this
case,
person as
yes, you did. In which
fussing
case,
around
I
with the
do
plinth and things.
so I'm assuming that I have somewhat separated from you and have gone to constant magic and done this, and now hey, I'm stupid. So I think Styx is just going to sort of almost try and distract these people, then maybe for Arwen and Klari to try and um like continue with the search, as it were. So I'm gonna try and be like, oh, sorry, I'm terribly sorry. I'm just so fascinated by this, place. I'm
Okay.
not from
So
here. You see. My
the
name
layout
is
of
Stix.
this is a large, like arch-shaped opening into
Yeah,
this building. It is a reasonably sized, like squarish building with a high ceiling. But the opening is just a large, almost like a big cave opening, basically. Like there is,
yeah.
if you are approaching this, you are very easily visible. There is nowhere to hide as you approach.
Well, I'm assuming in terms of like the sort of stealth. Obviously, cave opening. We've come from a somewhat sideward angle to be able to stealth up to it. Somewhat so far. Styx has gone, okay, I'm going to start looking around the side, guys. And he steps out. People obviously immediately see him. So then Styx, realizing he's now immediately just in the open scene, goes, oh, hi. Hello. Sorry. Didn't realize I'm new. I'm really, really sorry. I'm just so fascinated by this whole place. This is just amazing. What this massive like shard, like this, never seen anything like this anywhere before. I'm a religious man myself. I'm just here. I'm here. I'm very much here to learn.
Well,
If
while we
if
appreciate
any
your
of you would
interest, and I'm
go
sure
for
as
it.
a religious man you understand the sanctity of certain places, this place is off limits to the uninitiated. I must insist that you leave.
Oh yeah,
If you wish to
I
learn, the temple and the church in the city is a great place to learn. Cardinal Hortensia will happily induct anyone who wishes to learn.
I yeah, I completely understand that, and as you say, as a religious man, but I would just be if you guys could just spare like 10 minutes of your time just to
No,
answer a few.
absolutely not. This place is off limits. You cannot be here. It is
It
forbidden.
It
I
doesn't even have
must
to be.
insist.
It doesn't even
I'm
have to be here. If I
no.
could just if I could just spare 10 minutes and I pull out like a couple of gold coins, I'd be like, could I possibly make it work? Well, I know how annoying I'm being right now.
Yes, you are being incredibly annoying, and please, I must insist that you leave. I have duties to attend to for the Great One. I have preparations to make. You cannot be here. Please do not make me call someone else.
temptation just to whack these guys, but no,
I know, right?
Stix is a good dude.
Ugh.
And seeing as he's been caught, he will say something along the lines of that's fair enough. I'm very, very sorry for sort of breaking the
We appreciate your interest, but please, if you have questions, the church in the city is the best place to go. This is off limits to the uninitiated.
um Yeah, that is fair. Oh, one second.
If you were initiated,
I mean, I could be. I'd paladins, y'all. I don't have the amazing talking capabilities other than a persuasion check. I'm trying to see if there's anything in my cloak or anything. No, nothing. Okay, I'll just say, yeah, fair enough. That is fine. What? I'm trying to think of what to phrase it. Who would I potentially speak to try and I don't know, not necessarily, maybe get initiated or maybe not necessarily get initiated per se, but to be able to look around such a space. I'm sure you can see I'm a
If you
paladin.
wish to explore here, the only way is to become initiated.
I see. That is entirely fair enough. That is entirely fair enough. Do I do the stupid thing? No.
are you going to kill her and take her clothes?
No, I was thinking about casting a thing and then running off like a prankster, but I don't think that sticks. If this is like a religious place, I think Stix is, despite what he thinks about their religion, it is a somewhat religion. Who might think weird and goofy stuff. He'll just sort of begin to step back and be like, "Fair enough. You have convinced me. I have been. I suppose I will have to leave. What way is the exit, by the way? I just came in. I just this way, right? This way.
Out
Yeah.
the giant hole and follow the pathway. The pathway will, if you follow it, will lead you to the city.
Have a D&D question.
Yes.
So, detect magic lasts for 10 minutes
Correct.
when you concentrate on it.
Yes.
So say Stix is detecting magic right now, like blob, 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 and
Yes.
I cast invisibility on us.
Yes.
Is he still able to be detecting magic because he hasn't cast the spell? He has already cast it and he's just carrying it on.
Yes.
That's
the same
fine.
way you could cast, you could cast something, a concentration spell. So you could cast something like Call Lightning as a concentration spell as a druid, turn into
Yeah.
a wild shape into an animal, and still be able to concentrate on that spell and
Oh,
use
cool.
the Call Lightning action on your turn as an animal.
It doesn't dispel his invisibility.
So him concentrating on detect magic doesn't dispel his invisibility, no.
Shall we try that?
I mean, yeah, you do you. I'm currently sort of stepping back very gracious, like fine. I apologize for
Yeah.
ruining your sanctity, and I'm slowly. I'm
You're
very
right.
I'm slowly backing away, like trying to elongate this out as possible.
Yes.
That's the
Like it is fine. We understand. People do come from time to time. They are curious, but the rules are the rules, and we must insist. It's very nice to meet you, but and
it is.
continues to gesture. And she watches you as you basically walk through these rows of statues and pillars outside the entrance until you get maybe sort of 100 feet or so away, and then
Yeah, I'll be like, it is very nice to meet you. Also, sorry, for when I get out when I ask who could I say who was it you instructed me to go speak
Cardinal
to.
Hortensia.
God, and who is it I can say that is directing me to Cardinal Hortensia? Sorry,
My name is Amrissa.
brilliant, fantastic, and yeah, this is all just an effort to elongate out whatever, but I am slowly, backing up.
Yeah. She watches you until you're sort of like 100 yards away, and then she goes back to like doing the sweeping and things like that.
Oh, yeah. So I'm assuming while I was doing all that, you guys can be thinking about your invisibility and whatnot.
Well, I need you because you have detect. Well, I have detect magic, but I can't concentrate on two things.
I think you also have detect magic.
You get detect magic. You get detect magic. You get detect magic.
I'm fairly sure I do.
Everyone gets detect magic.
No, you don't have it. Oh.
I used to, then we realised I missed. There was a level when I could have described it.
Oh yeah, we realised that with all of us having. Oh,
Let me take one.
you'll disguise self. You could disguise yourself as one of these temple people. Oh yeah. You could. No,
I didn't go very
I don't think you can disguise someone else. Oh, I don't know. I've slightly screwed the pooch. That's fine. Is there a way I can sort of step back? Obviously, she'll be watching me as I go back. And then
She
is there a
watches you
way?
until you're like a certain distance away, and then she's like back to her target.
Yeah. Is there a way I can stealth back to?
Yeah, you can
where?
circle around and meet back up with the others. It'll just take a little bit of time, so you probably only got sort of 3-4 minutes left on your detect magic at this point.
That is fair. I've got first level spell slots for days. And I guess as I get back to them, I will re-up it.
Okay, recast detect magic, so you've got the full 10 again.
Yeah, and I went, okay, that didn't work. What's the plan?
I'm going to make us all invisible. You do detect magic, and then I'll make us invisible.
Oh, let's do it.
Let's go.
Okay.
Visible. I have obviously cast detect magic before that because I know how her invisibility works. And now I step out and I just wait there for a second to see if anyone can see me while I'm invisible.
Well, she continues to sweep.
Awesome. Then I will now I'll begin going up to the walls and taking a look across the walls and stuff like that on the inside of this. Yeah, as you say, sort of cavernous space. Slowly beginning to make my way back over towards that like chapel space. That you mentioned.
You continue to look over the walls and get a good look, sort of over the pews and everything like that are positioned here. They are just stone slabs, almost like carved out of the floor. Just stone blocks for benches. You can imagine it'd be probably quite uncomfortable to sit on for a period of time, but as you're running your hand over the walls and looking for it, you don't see any signs of magic upon the wall. Even in the area where you think you're in the right place, it is just a expertly, possibly made with magic or made with the aid of magic. But the doorway itself is not magical. It is just impeccably hidden amongst the stone surface. And the stone of this is that sort of purplish black, like onyxy stone. It is sort of that rough sort of rippling of that sort of onyxy glass stone has.
Okay. With that, I will make my way back around and wait. Did you say I'm able to find where the chapel was so I can step in, or no?
You are in the vicinity where you think it is, but you are not detecting any magic from that. So the door isn't hidden with magic; it's just hidden.
Can I make a perception check to sort of place my very much like you do with sellotape when you've lost the end, just feel.
Yeah, go for it.
Feel around.
I mean, perception is looking, investigation, touch.
Okay. Yeah. Investigation. Either way, I think it's shit. So.
Can I investigate as well?
Yes, you can investigate as well.
3.
Well, we had a good run.
Really good at this. We need to hire a detective. Is what I think we need to do.
A detective Pikachu.
You're
That
looking
would-
around, and as you're sort of looking around and feeling over the walls, you're unable to. You're in the area where you think you should be, but you're unable to find any sort of mechanism or anything like that. Can you both make stealth checks as you're moving around?
Assuming we have advantage as we're visitors.
This is it's like a noise-based thing because you're
Okay.
like looking around and feeling over the walls.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, you look over, you see maybe like you sort of catch something like a loose bit of stone and it just sort of clacks across the floor, or like scrapes very slightly. You put your foot down and something, when like a stone sort of like crunches very slightly under your foot as it cracks. You see Amrissa is sort of humming to herself as she goes around and clears up, the various things. She's moved across most of this plinth by now and is just doing the final sort of bits and pieces. She looks up at the sound, casting her eyes around, but maybe assumes that it's a wind or something like that, and continues back. In the position you've moved to now, you can see that she's got one bucket that looks like, it's got sort of like, you can see that she's tossing scraps and various, bits of little bones and stuff into sort of, carelessly. But you can see where she's like sweeping, where you thought she was just sort of sweeping for dust. You can see actually she's collected a small pile of what look like emerald green shards.
Rails.
Scale.
Because the people said they need to collect scales for the new initiates.
Right. Oh, do you reckon they just like fall off the dragon or something when he's
Prob-
down
That's
there?
what I think.
Oh god.
Yeah, you would know that, dragons do occasionally sort of shed scales and new ones will just appear in their place. So, depending on where they shed from, they can be sort of different sizes.
Interesting. Okay. With this, should we head back, or I don't know?
Would we pick up a scale?
It would be very tricky because she is like collecting these in a small pile. You have to get very, very close to
Can
her. But
Klari pick up the
potentially
scale?
doable.
Yeah. Could you pick up a scale? You are very, very stealthy,
And she's invisible currently.
and you're invisible. Yes.
So you reckon you can probably get there? It would be a sleight of hand check to try and remove a scale or two from this pile without potentially disturbing it,
Can you do that?
and to try and do it sort of quickly and at the right moment when. So you managed to sneak up there, and pausing, waiting for an opportune moment, she sweeps his broom and sort of sweeps a few more like into a pile. And sometimes when you're sweeping, if you sweep a bit too overzealously, you can sort of sweep over your pile and it can like flick a couple out the other side. A couple of them run out the other side as she sort of sweeps, and she sort of wraps them around a little bit so they're closer to the pile. But as she's collecting them all up, she turns away again, picks up another cushion, sweeps out a couple of bones, bends down to pick them up. And as she tosses those in the bucket, you take your moment and you manage to grab a couple of the loose scales.
Like,
That might be useful. That might be very. Okay. With that, I think we should probably not test our luck.
yeah,
Maybe try and skedaddle.
run away.
Yeah.
Run away.
Obviously, I've still got detect magic up, so I can see illusion magic. up
Yeah.
faint blob.
Yeah, looking around here, and sort of, it's a reasonably large space. You have to, it's 30 feet maybe, so you have to sort of go one side then the other to cover the whole space. You can see there are a couple of doors. Just these are not as expertly carved. They're reasonably in keeping, but they are obviously like at least two doors in the back there, behind the large plinth with the cushions on. And as you're sort of sweeping the second side, looking for any signs of magic, you don't spot any signs of magic. But Anrissa, goes through to one of the doors, opens it up, pulls out another bucket, comes back, sweeps the scales into that. You can see it's like lined with like a fabric or something like that. There's like a soft, like, rather than them clattering in, they sort of softly fall in with a little thump. And she then takes like the fabric and like ties it over in a little bundle, and then like carries the two buckets back through the door, and it shuts behind her. But yeah, you don't detect any magic in this temple at the moment.
Not even like any like mundane bits. It's like just weirdly absent of. Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's very Spartan in here at the moment. The only sort of ornamentation are these like plush cushions that sit on this plinth for the dragon. Everything else is very sort of bare.
That's very weird. Like definitely thinks he's very much sort of higher than everyone else. If
It's a dragon.
How the religion is. Yeah, I know, but it's like we've met some nice dragons in the past. This is like there's thinking you're higher than everyone else, and then there's forcing everyone to sit on stone, like carved stone pews while you're sat there on
your sofa.
Bed.
I mean, this dragon started a religion around him, so clearly he's quite uppity.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I guess in that sense we'll head out, head back, and I suppose by now it's probably like somewhat evening.
Yeah, a reasonable amount of time has passed. There's certainly darkness. It's not dark, but darkness is creeping in. You imagine by the time you get back to the city, it'll be street lamps and things like that to light your way.
Yeah, we should probably find someone to sleep, I would imagine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you looking for an up marketplace, a down marketplace, a cheap place, a nice place?
Somewhere.
To be fair, we could try and chip off two birds with one stone and head to that Four Corners place because it's the evening. That guy's there. And if that's a tavern, they might have places to stay. Who knows?
Yeah. Should we go check it out?
Yeah, two birds, one stone. Let's do it.
You head to the Four Corners.
Four Corners, I like the place. Good tavern.
So, yeah, it takes you. This city is large and new to you all, but asking around, you eventually manage to find someone that knows the way, and they give you directions, and you make your way. As you approach, you can hear what sounds like cheering. There is clearly a very raucous atmosphere going on, and jubilation and celebration and rowdiness. You can see the door is left open, light is spilling into the streets, and it's clearly a rowdy and excitable atmosphere and environment. As you get close, you hear the sound of chanting. Several people seem to be chanting a name like over and over and over again. Tarda grog, Tarda grog, Tarda grog. And when you, as you make your way inside and get up to the door, you can see it's a bright, well-lit tavern, held up by large wooden beams. Everything, at the far end, there's this large sort of welcoming bar. Off to one side, there is, a very large hearth with a warm fire. But most people are on their feet, arrayed around the center of the room, where there seems to be a half-height sort of wooden fence surrounding something of a ring. And as you make your way inside and sort of push your way through the crowd, you can see that there is a large orc is just beating the snot out of just what looks like a very bloodied and battered human. He's just sort of on the ground, sort of just dazed, and these just big green fists are just wham, 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 as the crowd cheers. After a few moments, a classic like ding ding, like a bell goes, and you hear his voice ring out. Well, that'll do it for this evening, everyone. Come back tomorrow for some more. As always, any grievances you want to air them in the ring. Please don't break any of my furniture again. Looking at you. But come, sit down, take your seats, drink, be merry. Kane, you can get out here. Yeah, yes, the blood. There is no blood, Kane. Get out here and start serving drinks. Yeah, and you watch this sort of like quite portly, human individual. He sort of climbs down off this bar where he's like got up. He's probably like 5 foot nothing. So even though he's a human, is quite squat. And from behind the bar, maybe like the kitchen somewhere, you watch this russet-skinned tiefling rush out. He's got like a little apron on. As people begin, disperse around this ring and begin making their way over to the bar, ordering drinks and stuff like that. And the cheering dies down. You can see this orc figure, reaches down a hand and just like helps the guy in the ring to his feet. Seems like there's not really any like bad blood. He just sort of like helps him over. The guy spits out a bit of blood, but a few of he sort of rolls over the side, and a couple of his mates come up. One of them hands him a drink, and they part ways amicably. And now you get a good look at the ring. You can see that it is this square. I was going to say square rectangle, which is just stupid. It is this square. It is this square of sand fenced in. With a sort of half-height fence so spectators can get in close. And in each of the corners of this ring is a chair.
The corners of the chair.
So it's a 4-way fight.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Interesting.
Fighting.
Hence the name, The Four Corners.
Or maybe it's because it was a square building or something. Or it was like on a crossroad with like 4, corners around it. Or something that's 4 street corners around it. I will head up to the bar.
Mm-hmm.
Ask the barkeep if they have rooms. They have rooms here, or if it's just a bar.
Yeah, the barkeep is like, there's a lot of people having, everything having sort of died down. It's like very busy, like pulling pints and various other things like that. He's like, yeah, just let me finish with these, and I will find you some rooms. How many rooms do you want? It says it's like, whoa, is that a
3.
dragon? He's not
Yes.
gonna burn my place down, is he?
No, he's an acid dragon.
He's not gonna melt my place down, is he? Or eat any of my guests?
No. He's tiny.
He's pretty big. I mean, not for dragons, but still. I
He's
mean, I'm pretty.
fine.
Okay,
He
you're
hasn't eaten me. Have
Yes,
you,
okay.
Hugo?
If he breaks
No
anything, I'll put it
problem.
on your bill. But how many rooms? 1, 2, 4?
Yeah, Hugo has my room.
Okay. Three rooms.
Wow. Big spenders. Yeah.
Like this is genuinely a question. How many rooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm saying, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that'll be a silver piece for the night, or 6 silver if you want to stay for a week.
Let's go with just the silver piece for the night.
Is that a silver piece each?
Yes, it's a silver each.
That is fine. I got it, guys. This is fine. I love paying like a silver piece for something when I'm sat there with like 2,000 gold.
Yeah, it's like it's the
Very nice.
it's the like regular economy versus the adventurers economy. It like just doesn't
Yeah.
align.
Yeah. It's
But
very weird.
Yeah. Cool. Well, like I said, I will get you, sit, have a drink. Kane's around here somewhere. I'm able if you need anything. But yeah, have a drink, and I will bring you over some keys in just a moment once I finish serving these fine people. But other than that, welcome to the Four Corners.
Do cocaine?
Where'd you get that notion from?
He's bringing over keys.
For our
What?
room.
Ah, of course, yes.
I missed whatever.
Don't worry.
just gonna
You're
keep
very
a bunch of
naive,
cocaine.
JJ.
No, I
It's
just genuinely
okay.
didn't hear what you said.
I said that they have cocaine here.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's okay.
It's going to cost you more than a silver if you want a key of that.
I thought it was a great deal.
Yeah,
But yeah, you guys take a seat. You can order some drinks. Eventually, it's not Abel himself. It's actually Kane, this young, sort of light brown skinned tiefling, comes over and he brings, he brings a tray of drinks down. Puts them down, like it's quite busy, so he starts sort of clearing away some like old glasses and stuff like that. Puts down 3 keys. He's like, I'm sorry, you're in 11, 12, and 6. So one of you's on the one of you's on a different floor. Is that all right?
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Okay,
fine.
cool.
I'll
Thanks.
go different.
Here, Abel said, just to give you guys some drinks, and I'll just clear these away. And he starts sort of like hurriedly, sort of like grabbing me, like nervously, like give you your keys and starts like trying to stack glasses on this tray. And as he like picks it, he like picks it up and tries to sort of turn around, but someone's like moving behind him, and he bumps into them, and he just suddenly spills this tray all over the floor. He's like, "Oh shit! Oh no, not again!" And he reaches down and starts like using his hands to like scoop sort of like shards of like pottery, like back together. And he's like, "Oh fuck!" And you can see like where he's like panically like tried to pull all these like shards together. He like cut his hand, and you can see there's like sort of like a fairly sort of like deep looking gash in his hand. It's like, "Oh, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. Don't worry about it." And he's like, and
I will give him.
but hold on. He like looks at his hands for a moment quite intensely, and he utters the words. He utters words that are along. They are in a different language, but you recognize the cadence and sort of the intonation in them as cure wounds. But nothing happens to his hand. He's like, "Oh, come on!" And it's like, "So I'm really sorry." And he just like pulls out like a rag and just like wraps his hand in it and just like, "I'll be back in a minute just to clean up this. Just try not to
before
step in it or
before he
anything."
does before he does that, I'm just gonna go. Yeah, allow me, and I'm gonna quickly like clasp both of my hands around his one hand, and I'm gonna give him some lay on hands points to
Yeah. You
heal
yeah,
him.
you heal up his hands.
And
Oh, thanks. I don't suppose you can do the same to the mugs, can you? No, probably not. Let me grab a broom. I'll be back in 1 sec. No one step on that. They're already in enough pieces. God, Abel's gonna make me glue them back together again. And he like rushes off.
what a loser, am I right?
Hey, I like him. I'm going to invite him to my sleepover.
You literally have met this guy for 5 seconds.
He seems nice.
He could have a really dark secret. Well,
You say that like it
Hugo
would put
wants
Arwen
to.
off.
Hugo wants to. You know how cats kind of like nuzzle around people's legs just for the fun of it in like the most inconvenient times.
Maybe
yeah.
that was it.
I
Hugo had already taken a liking to him, and as he'd like wormed his way between his legs, and he didn't realize it, and so
No, he's not the. No, Hugo wasn't the cult.
okay, well, that's fine. I just
He just when he comes back, he's gonna, you know, be a mild menace, but in a sweet way.
Can I ask this bartender, the one
Yeah.
that we about someone named Pirin? That's who we're looking for, Pirin. Can I ask them if
Prin was the name of the thief,
Pirin
and Grubbin was the name of the guard.
right? Pirin was the name of the person. Grubbin was the name of the guard. I got it the wrong way around. I thought they were Grubbin. Right. Can I ask them about someone named Grubbin? Have they heard of anyone named Grubbin?
Yeah, things have died down a little bit. Everyone's, after like the fight's all finished and everything like that. Things died, like died down. Everyone's like got their drinks and are at the table, and there's like a more of a steady flow rather than a clamor at the bar now. And it's like you go over and ask him about Grubbin. It's like, oh yeah. Grubbin's good lad. Well, I say lad. He's probably older than I am. Good bloke. Yeah, comes in from time to time. I mean, most evenings he's in. Generally comes for the fights. Good fighter. Good with his fists. Quick too. The crowd always like watching him. But yeah, he's. I guess he's on duty or whatever tonight. Works down at the prison, so he might be in later. But yeah, I mean, people like him because he wins big and he spends big. So. Yeah, I mean,
I guess get a drink.
yeah. If he comes in, I'll let him know you wanted to speak to him. He's
Also, what's all this fighting business about?
well, it's just a bit of entertainment, really. Anyone who wants to take part can do. Often use it as a bit of a way to get the lads to settle disagreements. Tell them rather than smashing up my furniture, just get in the ring and sort it out. But also, occasionally we do a bit of organized stuff. People place bets, make a bit of money. Obviously, take a little cut on the bets to the house, as always. Good way of, good little side earner for the place. And also means I can give good service and free drinks from time to time, and keep the cost down on rooms. You always want someone to have a place to stay if they need to. Take little good old Kane there. He wandered in one day off the streets, and well, I say off the streets. He looked like he'd been run ragged for a time, and said he was looking for a job. And I thought, well, why not? I'll take him on. In fairness, I think he's broken more mugs than made drinks, but he's a good lad and he tries. He just
Yeah.
seemed a little down on his luck and lost his way and thought he could use a place to stay.
That was very, very nice. Okay. Well,
Doesn't
thank
talk
you
much
for
about
your-
his past though, so a bit secretive. But, I mean, secretive might be the wrong word. Just shy. Bit of a closed book, maybe. Nice lad. But yeah, I'll point Grabbing out to you when he comes in, or him out to you, or you out to him, and yeah. In the meantime, just have another drink.
Sounds good. I will order a drink. I'll sit back and wait for this Grubbin individual. So he's the head of the. Oh, he's a guard in the prison.
Yeah. Yeah, so Stix, you're doing that while you're also up at the bar doing that. Kane comes back to the table, with a broom and like a dustpan, and just like sweeps all like the shards together. Again, I'm really sorry about all this.
Fine. I break things all the time. Normally people's noses, but
Whoa,
glasses
oh,
too.
that's. I mean, you want to do that? You should get in the ring tomorrow.
Oh no. No.
I mean, I think Abel would like it. We're supposed to have a like a big sort of match or something going on, but we got Toddergrog and Grubbin signed up, and then we had another couple of people, but they dropped out at the last minute. So if that doesn't go ahead, then we're kind of going to be a bit out of luck, and people are going to be a bit disappointed tomorrow. So,
Oh. Oh, I
but
don't want.
if you're not,
Oh.
like obviously no, there's no way I'm ever getting in there. No, that would just.
I mean, what do they think about arrows?
Oh no, it's all hands. Just.
Yeah, I'm not really a hand-to-hand combat sort of person. Unless shoes are involved.
I mean, you can kick people if you want. That's allowed.
No, no, no.
Punching,
It's normally
kicking.
the stealing of shoes.
Now might not go down too well. I would. No. Yeah, no.
No. How do you feel about sleepovers?
He blushes. Is it, yeah. Oh. Uh, uh, are you asking me?
Am I asking you?
Yeah, he's very determinedly looking at the floor now, just like flushed in the cheeks.
Um, yeah, yeah, but like, mates.
Oh, right, okay. Like not that sort of.
Not
Yeah.
that you're, because you look great, but so like, me and you, no.
He's just baffled. Just.
Friends.
Sort of looks over like down at Hugo. Does he stay with you as well?
Oh yes, yes, he is my best friend. He is Hugo. Hugo meet Kane. Kane meet Hugo.
And he sort of like winces his eyes, like, "Oh, that was weird."
Did he tell you he's your friend?
I'm not really. That's quite. Does he do that all the time?
Yeah, when he wants to talk to you, which is
Oh,
a privilege because normally he hates people.
that's really weird. he sort of holds out a hand
Oh my god,
towards
is he going to
Hugo,
shake his hand?
and Hugo just like puts his
Stops his
like
head.
face forwards, and he's just like, so it's like his hand is just like on the tip of his head, and just nods his
What?
head. Wow, that's
Iconic
something.
duo.
That's wow. Anyway, I need to finish tidying all this up. Nice to meet you all. And he like grabs like the tray and the dustpan and the brush and just disappears back off with all like broken bits of pottery.
Ah, what a nice man.
Very nice individual.
I feel bad. So well.
Yeah, you guys sit around enjoying your drinks and things like that. A few people sort of drift in and out and stuff like that. More out than in at this time of the evening.
I'd open in, that's what I always see.
But yeah, eventually another halfling, a halfling enters, and he's got sort of reasonably. There's probably more salt than pepper in his hair. Sort of reasonably long, sort of flowing back, sort of like pushed back, clean shaven, wearing, what looks to be a very from the guards you've seen, like a similar guards uniform, but slightly different. That probably marks him out as someone who works in the prison, and comes in and heads up to the bar. Hops up on a stool. Grabs a very large. Is he almost like as he's like come in, like those of you with a high passive perception would clock that Abel kind of notices he comes in, and already he's like starting to like pull a drink so that when he gets to the bar, it is like there and just like put in his hand, and a coin is slid across the bar, and this thing just this
Oh.
thing. And just slams it down again. Sorry, I missed that. What did you say?
I said he's thirsty.
Indeed. And I've just spotted the time. So I think on that note, with the impending conversation with Grubbin, we should call an end to the session and pick things up from this point next week
Okay. Sounds
before
good.
things go on too much longer.
Agree. I'm trying to link a security. I'm trying to link a prison guard to our current situation. That's what I'm trying to do in my head.
He might know where this secret place where people are imprisoned are, like the high security prison.
Yeah, I might. I might know sort of somewhat high security prison because I imagine. Because I think this amethyst dragon is either in the spire, which is the most likely thing, or it's in this high security prison, or this high security prison is also in the spire.
No, the prison. They said the prison was in the south or west, I think.
Yeah,
Southeast.
southeast.
North. Yes, that's what I meant.
But maybe there's someone I don't know, someone that can help or something. I don't know. But I'm intrigued, excited to find out.
Me too.
Indeed. Good session, Jojo. Thank you very much.
Perfecto. Well, I will see you all for the next one, which I'm already
Indeed.
eagerly anticipating.